we just got out watching the new movie, The Creator, and my God, right?
Yes, my God, was it? I didn't know what to expect. Let me just start off by I did not know what to expect. But my God, I even cried at the end.
Yeah, it's not a spoiler what happened specifically yet.
Right.
But we did cry by the end.
Right.
Which is something for a movie that I did not know what to expect going in.
I didn't know either what to expect. For the first time, I had not read about it or knew anything about it. No. So, but let's start by the beginning.
I guess I'll start with a quick summary. What's the movie about?
Right.
It takes place in a alternate, distant future where I think AI was being created and more advanced in like an earlier stage of the world, because the movie started with like this presentation that kind of looked like something like it was showcasing like back in the 50s or 60s, like old.
Right.
So it's like an alternate world where they made advances in robots and AI earlier, and then at some point there was like this big nuclear explosion that caused humans and AI to go to war with each other. But then what caused the explosion is like a whole thing that's revealed later, but we won't get to that right now. So, and that's basically the backdrop for the movie. But the main movie follows this guy, Joshua, I think was his name.
Right.
He's like, I think they said he was like a scientist or something, right?
Yeah, but he was in the army as well. Right?
Yes, he's a scientist. He was in the army.
Special force.
Yeah. And he gets assigned
a mission
to find this thing called the ultimate weapon, which is predicted to like stop a Nomad, which is like this base that humans use to like throw missiles
and find all the AR.
Yes, find AI and living things and shoot missiles and basically destroy where they live.
Right.
And when they go there, he finds out the ultimate weapon is an AI, like this human-looking robot that is basically designed to look like a child. And through certain things that happen, the child becomes like attached to him. And they go through this journey, and it's like this adult taking in child kind of a journey where they learn to like bond and care for each other. On the process, he protects this child, this little girl, and since they say she is the ultimate weapon, she has this power to like control technology, like telepathically, I guess.
Yeah.
Like other robots and stuff.
And shut it down.
Yeah.
Right.
And the people at Nomad or the government are really scared for that, so throughout the whole movie they're trying to capture them because of the kid.
Right.
And he's just basically trying to escape them and find his wife,
which is what was her name?
Maya. They're trying to find his wife in the meantime because the child's like connected to her.
Right.
We won't explain how, but there is a connection
with them.
Yes, and that's
basically the plot.
The basic plot.
Right. So now going into it, right?
Yeah.
Let's just start in the beginning.
What's the first thing you want to?
I guess I'm gonna address the beginning, which is it all starts because, like we had explained, there's like a nuclear bomb, and then we go into the year 2065.
Yes, there's a fast forward.
Where there's a mix between, there's humans, and then there's
robots that look human, like have human faces, and then they're just robots.
Right. And then there's also...
And they're just regular humans.
Right. And then there's humans.
Yes.
And then there's AIs.
Yes.
So it's a mix. there's different civilizations where they have learned to coexist together
Yes.
in peace, and they learn from each other. But there is a level of human army where they want to destroy them all, so human could have control once again
Yeah.
of the world.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's like a summary, right?
Yes.
Then they call Joshua, right? That's his name?
Yes.
Joshua,
The main character.
the main character, to help them find this weapon that has been created, that is the only thing that can destroy Nomad, which is like
Nomad, yes.
Nomad, which is like a machine that can find AIs and cities where they're hidden
Yeah.
and destroy them.
Yeah.
But this weapon has specially been created.
The basic, they needed to destroy it because that's
Right.
basically what's destroying.
So in the beginning, Joshua loses his wife
Yeah, at the beginning he loses his wife who was pregnant.
in a mission.
Yes.
Okay. And in order for him to come back with them, they tell him that his wife is alive,
Yes.
so they could help him. And he always had that in his heart, that because of that mission and that he was like double agent, he lost her.
Yes.
So when he has the chance of finding her again,
Mhm.
he accepts the mission.
Yes.
And that's when the movie really starts.
Yeah.
Because once they're in the mission, he finds the child, which is the weapon.
Mhm.
And they start bonding. The movie is how they start bonding.
Most of the movie is how they bond, which I think we should start with the writing. And I think this movie has very tight writing. Very good and tight writing. Every scene makes sense and it helps. I don't know how to say it. There's always a scene, like, no, I don't feel like a scene is wasted.
No. And one scene takes you to the other.
Yeah, because it
It's a-
explains what's going to happen in.
And then,
What
well, you
happens-
have an idea why it happened and where
Like-
you're going.
For example, we're gonna have to get into specifics here, but for example, there's a scene where one of the human soldiers in his squad dies, and then one of the squad leaders, this woman, uses this machine to like extract his memories, and then you see that machine again later in the thing, and it becomes a thing, like a plot point, because near the end of the movie they do it. I guess spoilers, but you find out his wife is in a coma somewhere.
Because it's like a hard drive that they put
Yes.
on the
They scan the person's brain and memories, and then they put it on a hard drive. Because you see that machine used earlier in the movie, and then it comes back again, and the fact that you can use the hard drive and put in one of the AIs and make them become the person, comes back near the end when he kind of sort of gets reunited with her before
Right.
what happened to him.
Yeah, I agree. That's all the way at the end, but I don't, it's kind of a spoiler. But it also makes you think so much how our technology is going, that you could actually lose a person, and with a hard drive, you could just make another person like her with the same memories.
Yeah.
I never get old.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that it's like real world. I'm saying that more in the world of the movie, and like how it's foreshadowing that later.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
And then another scene where he visits an old friend, and like his AI girlfriend dies. You see her again later because they're rebuilding her to get information. Like every little thing, every character has a purpose and a point, and it's very tight.
Yeah.
And also the way the main character and the child character are written, and the way their bond grew, I felt it was very well done.
Yes.
Because I
it
genuinely
was.
believe their close bond by the
Me
end.
too. I did.
And when they had to get separated at the end,
oh my
I
God.
felt it.
And I cried like a baby. But that also tells you what good actors we had in that movie.
Yes.
Because actors make you believe what they're doing, that it's
Yeah.
real,
Because you
at
could
the-
have a good script, but it's the actors, the way they deliver it, that makes it come alive.
What's the name of the actor? I'm sorry.
Which one?
The main character, Josh.
I think it was John David Washington.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing performance. I know it's dealing with AI and technology, and maybe you're not into it, but he's acting something, it's good. I mean, mind that you also have to like future, like AR.
You have, if the movie is very cyberpunk, like sci-fi,
Yes.
future, dystopian kind of future-esque movie, it has a very Blade Runner vibe, because there's this one scene where they go to like a city, and the city gave off like the kind of vibe from like the Blade Runner movies.
Right.
I feel like maybe Blade Runner was like a big inspiration.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you like movies like that, you'll like this movie.
Definitely. You'll love it.
I wanted to say something else.
What?
I wanted to compare how this child and adult bonding compared to like another one we saw. Like, remember 65, that movie we saw?
Yes.
If there was a movie I'd ever want to re-review, it'd probably be that one, because looking back, I have since changed a lot of my opinions on it, and I think back and I realized that wasn't as good of a movie as I thought it was, because there were a lot of script issues with that movie.
Agree.
One of them being, I never felt like the bond between that, adult-child bond never felt close or earned.
But in this one,
But that's what I'm gonna say. In
okay.
this one, it does feel like
you feel
they
he earns
He
like
earns
the bond,
their bond.
the trust
Yes.
of the child, and also you realize that this new AI, the child,
Mm-hmm.
he has feelings. Like it's amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
that you could.
This is
think,
how you write a good bond growing between a surrogate.
right, and it's an artificial intelligence,
Yeah.
and how they really start bonding
somehow-
slowly, and somehow
Mm-hmm.
you feel it. Like,
Yeah, it was done much better in this movie, because when they had to separate, I felt bad for them. I didn't want that.
I mean, either I didn't want that, and you feel
So
like
I cared more.
right, and you feel and you see how they both try, but as an adult, he makes the choice,
Yeah, to save the
to save
child's
the
life.
child,
Mhm.
and has to let him go.
Yeah.
They try until the last minute to make it, and
Yes.
then to make it happen, but it just, and something interesting. Before that happened, you see the child finds like the AI
That's
that
what.
that
That's
looks
what
like
I'm saying.
mother, and he puts the chip.
That looks like her mom, and she puts the hard drive, the chip
But
of
she-
her memories in it.
But she knew she was working against time, so they had to go in order to save
Themselves.
themselves. So she just leaves it there and says sorry and kissed her in the forehead, right?
Yeah.
Like, sorry, mother. But then at the end, it works out so well, because the child has to go and get to be saved. But then the dad,
Yeah. No, we haven't.
we haven't touched that. I'm sorry.
But he lets it go.
Yeah. I would like for you to explain.
okay. So halfway, one of the big twists you learn is that the AIs didn't cause the nuclear explosion. It was actually a coding error caused by the humans, and he blamed it on the AI.
Right.
And then later on, you learn that his wife, the main character's wife, Maya, was, I guess, like the AI revolution leader or like creator, Nirmata.
Right.
It was her, because she sympathizes for the AI.
Right.
And after she lost the child she was pregnant with, she used the remaining embryo while creating this child. So technically, it's kind of his kid biologically. So this child's like technically half AI, half human.
Yeah, because
In
he's
a
gonna
way,
grow.
Yeah,
like a
they
human.
said they're gonna grow at some
Right.
point. Like this child grows. Well, so yeah, and then at the end when they're because they're trying to escape from Earth, and then the child uses her powers to manipulate the control on the ship they're on to get to Nomad, which is like this spaceship base. They get on there, and then he puts a bomb so it explodes from the inside and destroys it.
Right.
But then something goes wrong, and only the child makes it to the escape pod on time, and he's left outside. So, and it's this sad scene where like she doesn't want to go, but he presses the button and the escape pod launches with her inside, but without him. So he's left on the exploding ship to die. But then he meets the AI. She put her mother's chip in, and in a way, he gets to like reunite with his wife.
Yeah.
One last time before he dies. So.
Right. So the parents kind of died together, and then.
But then their technical child survives and now gets to live in this new world that was
That
created.
he saved.
That he saved and created,
right.
where AI and humans live together again.
Right. So it's amazing. I mean, it's really, really, really good. You know?
Very emotional movie, but very good.
Yeah, it is. It is.
There was like a promo at the beginning, and where like the director said, "I wanted people to feel connected or feel emotions along with the character," or something like that. And he succeeded.
Yes, he succeeded because I felt it. I felt the bond between them. I felt them. You know, I was super sad that
Yes.
So yes, and I also felt the happiness of the child at the end of what he was able to do for his mother and father.
Yeah,
you know?
and like them winning.
Right, exactly, against the bad humans.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I didn't know where I was going or what I was gonna expect out of this movie, but let me tell you, I loved it.
Me too.
I loved it.
Yeah. Is that all? You ready to rate it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna give it. I feel like I'd give it a 9 out of 10.
You know what? I'm gonna give it a 9 too.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I liked it. It was good.
Yeah.
A 9.
Okay, so we're both 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
That was our review of The Creator. If you saw the movie, tell us what you thought down below in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. This has been Just Some Fangirl, and we are out.